Put a little bit of the rub, nigga, I gotta be safe.
Let's get to the sports talk.
Trend of the summer. 2 stars, not 3. A big 2, not a big 3. Now, the reality is, almost every kind of team building model has won, right? Like, what was Toronto? A big 1, a big 1.5? What were the Dirk Nowitzki Mavs? There have been big 3s throughout all of our lifetimes in Boston and LA and Miami and Cleveland. There's a big 4 in the Warriors. Big 2s have won many times before. The history's been done. So I'm not sure any model is any better than the other. But what was your take on the big 2? Was the big 2 an intentional creation of teams? Was it an accident of free agency? And where are we going from here?
Well, the players decided that it was going to be a big 2 and not a big 3 because 2 of the best 3 or 4 arguably players in the world, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, decided that they were going to be part of big 2s. And if Kevin Durant stays in Golden State, if Kawhi goes to the Lakers instead of the Clippers, I mean, you would have shut the league down this year. There would have been one team and no oxygen for anybody else.
I think we all would have moved to Los Angeles. It would have been mandatory.
Absolutely. And so now the talent has spread out. This is always what Adam Silver imagined. This is what he's wanted. And it's not parity, but it's more parity among the elite players in the league. And listen, they all flock to a couple markets: New York, Los Angeles.
They spread out, but they spread like way out to the coast.
That's why the West is tough, because everybody have a 1-2 punch on 18. So that's what making the West so hard this year and so deep, because everybody got good over the year. And everybody have a big 2 now. So it's going to be hard to come out the West. It's going to be a dog fight to even get to the finals, because every team is good. Even Dallas got a big 2, and nobody ain't mentioned nothing about them 2. Everybody just worrying about the Clippers and the Lakers right now. Dallas is going to be one of that sleeper team that going to sneak into the playoffs, because ain't nobody worrying about Luka Doncic and Porzingis. So they going to ease their way into a playoff seed without nobody even paying attention to them, because all the talk is about the Clippers and the Lakers.
2 big 3 thing is interesting because the Nets and the Clippers 3 are the most interesting examples, because they have 2 stars and they have depth. They have real legitimate depth. And that's what you sacrifice to get the 3rd star. You sacrifice your depth. And I think the Nets, with a lot of young trade assets and a lot of draft picks, they have an extra 1st-round pick coming in, are going to be the team that most faces the question, do we want to cash some of that depth in for a 3rd star, or are we going to ride with that depth? And there's arguments either way. I mean, when your depth gets expensive, then you can't pay anybody, and you sort of missed a chance maybe to cash it in for a 3rd star.
Zach, I think the Nets have a 3rd star, Karis LeVert.
He might be. Yeah. I know we're going to learn about, is he a 3rd star? Is he a vehicle to get the 3rd star? And then you look around the league, and you think, well, when you get to the playoffs, the stars play all the minutes. That depth becomes a little less important. The more stars you have, the more insurance you have against an injury to one of them at the wrong time. That's why the Warriors decided, let's just sacrifice all our depth to get as many stars as we can. But it's going to be interesting to see how the teams navigate that. And the other question is, who is the 3rd star? What guy is actually going to be available for trade? And you look around the league, and there just aren't that many guys. And that's why I think a lot of eyes are going to be trained on Washington over the next year. And can we pry Bradley Beal loose from a Wizards team that is really in the doldrums, is waiting on John Wall's health? If there's another star player that...
It might be sooner or later. Teams might say they won't trade their star players, but we've seen it happen. Like, Toronto told DeRozan, we ain't trading. What happened? He got traded the next day. Bradley Beal might play some of the year and get traded. Teams might say they won't trade him. The Wizards say they won't, but they probably will and move in and go into rebuild mode. They probably gonna move Wall too also, because they gonna be on a rebuild mode. Teams might say they won't trade their stars. Some teams won't, but they gonna trade him sooner or later. And somebody gonna be looking to get him, willing to trade somebody to get Bradley Beal, because he'll be a good piece to help a team win a championship with his shooting, and he can put the basketball on the floor also. And a lot of teams need a 3-point shooter on their team. The Wizards might say they ain't going to trade him right now, but they probably will. To see how his trade value is going to do, see what they can get for him for a future pick or something. They're going to put something together so they can trade him and get assets for their team.
Going to become available, it's someone years away or someone that's going to be a plot twist that we don't see coming?
Well, Bradley Beal's got 2 years left on his deal, and the Wizards have not given up hope of signing him to an extension. They've had 3-year, $111 million or so extension on the table for him to take in any form. Does he want 2 years, 3 years, any form he wants, it is there waiting for him. So they are nowhere near the idea of moving Bradley Beal. They want to continue to try to rebuild around him, get John Wall back healthy. But because there are no big unrestricted free agents this summer, 2021, Giannis Antetokounmpo is out there, but only one team can get him. Bradley Beal, if he got on the market, would bring back an absolute ransom, because if you want to improve your team in a dramatic way, he'd be the guy. But Washington's not doing that. They still want to re-sign him.
He's only 26. He's really, really good. And like I said, the next guy in line is either someone who's so young that they're years away from the kind of trade demand timetable ticking up, or it's someone that we just don't realize is going to be available.
And we know what's going to happen this year. Some team that we expect to have a great season, it's going to get sideways and someone's going to want out. And then all of a sudden...
Trust me, somebody going to try to trade for him. Because he could probably be that missing piece to get a team over a hump. Because the way he can stretch the floor and give you multiple points by shooting. And somebody going to want to bring it to the organization. Like a contender team is going to trade for him. And so he can help them without help them out on offense. Now he can defend a little better. But he'll be a good piece to a contender team.
That's the beauty of a season like this, where there's lots of teams and owners who think their team should be advancing deep in the playoffs.
Well, even if the Wizards don't get religion and try to trade Brad Beal for a bounty, there are going to be lots of other interesting players who maybe not are going to be available for trade.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For highlights and analysis, check out the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, check out ESPN Plus.